An absent father, vicious courtroom battles, and devastating deaths, Usher's soulful lyrics were drawn from some of his own tragic experiences. Here's what we know about one of the world's most talented R&B artists. Usher is no stranger to heartbreak, and he's not afraid to share it with the rest of the world. The singer took to Instagram in 2022 to share a tribute to his grandmother, Tina, who died that year. He admitted that he was feeling lost and had difficulties accepting the loss of his beloved family member, writing, "It's taken me a few days to come to grips with the fact that my grandma Tina is no longer with me. I'm praying for clarity and strength for all whom relied on her." The singer revealed that her death was sudden, writing, "The other half of me continues to break silently. We were just laughing days ago. I really thought we had more time." Usher went on to share another Instagram photo honoring Tina at her funeral, in which he wrote, "We love you more, Grandma Tina. Rest in paradise." Usher's whirlwind relationship with Tamika Foster resulted in a bitter and emotional custody battle that came to a head in 2013. The artist started dating Foster in 2005, and the two tied the knot 2 years later. The pair went on to welcome 2 children together, and Usher became a stepdad to her 3 other children. The two eventually split up in 2009 after filing for divorce, thus beginning a 3-year-long custody dispute over their children. Foster claimed that her former husband had been unfaithful and an absent parent, but the singer rebuked those claims in an interview with Oprah, admitting, "Absentee from the aspect of having to go and work. That probably would be her version or idea of what absentee would be."
But no, I'm not an absentee father at all.
The case was ultimately dismissed in 2012, with the judge granting Usher primary custody while the 2 parents share legal custody over their 2 kids. Foster was granted visitation rights. However, the details have not been released. While Usher ultimately won in court, the drama took its toll on the singer.
I really felt like we were friends. She made us enemies in a way that I could never understand.
Despite his bitter custody battle with Tamika Foster, Usher admitted that the two have continued to remain a united front as parents. In an interview with People, the singer admitted it isn't always easy, however, especially dealing with the complications that arise with their child, Usher Raymond V's type 1 diabetes. Usher told the publication, "From the moment that type 1 diabetes was a conversation, it was a reacclimation to life. The life that we knew changed. It comes with a great deal of consideration and commitment in itself, because we're all managing to make certain that my child makes the right decisions to have a happy, healthy life." Usher admitted that he and Foster find common ground in their child's trusted endocrinologist and continue to work on their communication with each other to help support their child, saying, "It's been a task. It is very complicated because kids, by the way, will find a way to work you against each other. You have to be mindful of what you say and that they're always listening, and greater than that, they're always watching." Usher's desire to give his children a better childhood than the one he had stems from his difficult upbringing. Usher told The Mirror that his late father battled addictions that ultimately killed him. Those problems have led Usher to lead a drug-free life in the hopes of avoiding a similar fate. He told the publication, "I didn't choose not to get into hard drugs. I was just too fearful what drugs might do to me. I worried that maybe there was a chemical imbalance that may trigger something, so I couldn't do it." Usher reconnected with his father decades after he left their family, but their reunion was short-lived. The singer told The Mirror that his mother advised him against reuniting with him, but he was at a crossroads when his father fell ill. The elder had recently been admitted to the hospital because he needed a liver transplant. Usher paid for the surgery, but his father ended up in a coma during the procedure. Usher had to leave the hospital for the birth of his child, but he later returned to share some final moments with his father. He told the Daily Mail, "I remember showing a picture of my son to my father, who was unconscious, saying, 'Look at this. This is Usher. This is the continuation of us.'"
He never got a chance to meet him.
Usher suffered a tragic loss in 2012 when his stepson died after a boating accident. The singer's stepson was Kyle Glover, the son of his ex-wife Tamika Foster and Atlanta TV executive Ryan Glover. The child was struck suddenly by a jet ski at Lake Lanier, a popular vacation spot about an hour outside of Atlanta. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Glover and a 15-year-old girl were run over by a man on his jet ski as they were being towed on an inner tube behind a pontoon boat. Glover was unresponsive following the incident, and he and the girl were flown to a children's hospital. According to reports obtained by MTV, Glover was pronounced brain dead by doctors, but his mother had hoped he would make a full recovery. She wrote on her Facebook page at the time, "Kyle, you are strong. You'll be saved. I know it. I love you, my baby. I need all prayers for my son. Thanks you, everybody." Glover succumbed to his injuries 2 weeks later, however, and died of heart failure. A man named Jeffrey Hubbard was later found guilty of killing Glover and sentenced to 4 years in prison. Usher honored his late stepson in a since-deleted post on what would have been his 16th birthday, writing on Instagram, "Since you left, I ain't been quite the same. I wonder if you miss me. Do I make you proud? Know you're watching me. I feel your spirit. I keep you right by my side."